All right, episode 51. Welcome back. You are listening to Midlife Crisis, the #1 millennial podcast with
just the right amount of overthinking.
We are two lifelong friends taking on pop culture, sports, and the undefeated Father Time. Today, we're going to talk about Coachella, Tim Cook stepping down as Apple CEO, and a lot of updates in TV, movies, film, video games, music, plus NBA playoffs, and anything else that Jeff has to add.
WrestleMania wrap up. We got our draft this week will be fictional basketball players that we would want on our NBA teams for this NBA playoff season. And yeah, all our usual good stuff. Let's get it.
Episode 51. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that we'd be here? Who would have thought?
What they gonna say now?
What they gonna say now? All right, so for this episode, we're gonna switch things up a little bit. We are going to move our what hurts this week and what feels good to the front of the episode. So yeah, let's start with that. Let's go. You lead us off, Jeff.
Right.
What hurts this week for you?
Wanted to change it up a little bit. I got so mad yesterday at work for the first time this semester. One of my favorite kids. He's a quiet freshman. Comes in every day, gets right to work. Love this guy. Doesn't say much, but you can count on him to be on task, to be working with his group the right way. He comes in yesterday, and I noticed that he is down in the dumps, sniffling, like definitely crying or had been crying at lunch. And immediately he puts his head down, and I don't really know what to do because the bell's ringing. And I also noticed that this kid has a new haircut. And the haircut, I want to make sure I say this the right way. Like, I kind of knew why he was crying, if that makes sense. Like, the haircut was probably the reason why. So he asked me immediately, he says, yeah, sir, I think we all have, right? Where we get a haircut.
Is this, you know what this reminds me of? This goes back to, didn't we have an episode where we talked about, like, relatable or shared, like, male moments? Right. Everyone has had that moment at the barbershop where the barber just kind of fucks your shit up and you just
and you're too nice to say anything. I remember there was one time I came home and so it happened to me as well when I was in high school. But anyway, going back to this kid, I'm trying to figure out what to do because I don't want to call too much attention to it to cause him to be more embarrassed. But he kind of like, calls me over and he says that he just texted his mom to pick him up so he can go home. So I just felt bad because I knew why he was upset, but I didn't want to say, hey, is it because your haircut is what it is? So eventually as he's leaving, I kind of walk him outside so he can go, give him a pass, whatever. And I'm like, hey man, I noticed you were crying, when you came, down in the dumps when you came in. And I said, is everything okay? And he said, yeah, a lot of kids were making fun of my haircut at lunch. And that's why he was crying and he wanted to go home. So it just made me so mad because it wasn't even my students that were, making fun of him or bullying him. It brought out the, father figure, teacher figure in me that I wanted to find these kids and just tell them like, what are you doing?
You ain't shit.
You're not shit. Yeah. Why are you bullying this freshman kid that's the nicest kid in the entire school for his haircut? But luckily today he came in and I couldn't quite tell if he had just got a whole new haircut or just kind of fixed it up a bit. But my wife, Tori, she said, bring him like one of those Reese's eggs or a snack or something. So I did. And he was in much better spirits today. But it just pissed me off. So that was one thing that hurt me this week. What about you?
Man, really quick comment on that. I can only imagine. I don't know if you ever have this thought. I definitely do, where a lot of times like we're so used to who we are today. But I think back to me like high school Adrian, and I was, everyone had their own insecurities and things like that. And those types of things would have crushed my spirit, And it's like such a normal thing to happen. And fuck those kids.
Right. And yeah, you're right. You have no control because he probably went to the barber with his mom or dad or family member and
right.
he's not the one paying for it.
find a better. Give him. I mean, you know what? I was gonna say, give him my number. I'll hook him up with a good barber. But
dude,
we don't have to do all that.
Before he left yesterday, I thought, should I just give this kid, $40 to go get a haircut? I almost asked him, hey, do you want me to drive you to a barber after school? I'll do it. I was, and then he obviously left. So,
okay. So here's the thing too, is like kids are cruel, obviously. And two, kids that are on the receiving end, like this student as the example, take it to heart and they think it's like the end of the world. The good thing is like, it's like hair grows back, right? Like you probably look silly, whatever, like accept it, take it on the chin. But at least it's like the shit's gonna grow back, right? But also, I kind of think it's like, it's gonna sound crazy to say, like it's also kind of a good thing. Like there's like a silver lining in like, it prepares you because like shit's cruel as fuck out there in the world. So in a way, I think like, I feel for him and good on you to be the supportive teacher and be there for him. But also like, it's just a learning moment. You telling the story right now just like took me back to being in high school. I don't know if you guys or you remember. I'm saying you guys because I'm not going to say who's in the room with me right now, but we got our friend. Can I say? Okay, we got Isaiah Pyle right now in the room with me. Oh, whatever. So I don't know if you guys remember, but like you telling the story right now takes me back to, I think this was middle school for me, maybe even early high school. I used to buzz cut my shit all the time.
Yeah, I remember.
To save money. My brother and I would cut each other's hair. We didn't know, like we weren't barbers, and it was just to save money. And then like I look back to pictures from high school and I'm like, that shit was so fucking ugly. But it's chopped as fuck, like the kids say. So I feel bad for this student, but if he would listen, I would say, don't sweat it, man. Fuck these kids. They don't matter. And also like, it just builds character. It'll just add to your story in the long run.
So, but what's give me one of your what hurts this week's, and I have a couple more too.
So what hurts this week for me? Spent a lot of money. Not going to say on what. Spent a lot of money.
Is it podcast appropriate?
Podcast appropriate. Aside from that, this past weekend, it's kind of like a blend of what hurts this weekend, what feels good. So I had the opportunity to go to San Diego and I took Cairo with me. We visited my grandpa. I don't know if you remember, but my grandma passed recently. Yeah. So visiting San Diego, like the whole purpose was, and the intent was like, hey, like let's be there for him. So it was me. I took Cairo. My brother went, took his kids. My mom went, and it was just like, a nice moment to just be there for him. So he just feels support, and it's like, hey, the family hasn't forgotten you. And things like that. And we all spent the day together. The kids like just bring so much joy. My uncle rented like a jumper at my grandpa's house. And so, the kids are just innocent. They're just like, playing on the jumper all day, like having fun. They think like the whole, And we're like, the whole intent really is there to be there from an emotional perspective for my grandpa. I could just, being an adult, like, seeing, like reading between the lines, I could see like the emotional difference from him. He's there's a stoic man, like man's man. So he doesn't show much. And I just like, I don't ask questions. I just try to like, But
I'm sure seeing his family is therapeutic in a way, right?
Yeah. He's also just not one to like say anything either or talk.
He's super stoic. Doesn't talk much at all. Super stoic.
Superman's man, like just hard as fuck, So, but then at the end of the day, we all went to my grandmother's grave, and it was just like, it was nice. It was nice to like have that family moment, bonding moment. And I think like the kids just add so much for him. He's such a like stoic man, but I could just tell that he has such a soft spot, like especially with the kids, and he's always like had like a soft spot for my brother and I. So it was just nice. It was nice to be there. Obviously sad. Like there's like some tears shed amongst the family and everything, because obviously it's so recent with my grandma passing. But so like that's like what hurts this week. Yeah, that's like what hurts this week. But also like what feels good, because it's like it's nice to have those family moments. Like it's a reminder. Like that's what family's for, right? To get through like the tough times and things like that. So I'm gonna extend my what feels good. Other piece for what feels good for me. something brand new. I live near Ontario, California. I don't know if you are familiar or Isaiah is familiar. There is a new minor league baseball team field that got the new field got built in Ontario. So it's Ontario Buzzers. They're a minor league team associated with the Dodgers.
Okay.
The arena, the field, what'd you call it?
The field, like the baseball field,
whatever the field
or stadium. Yeah,
fucking sick. Great venue. You walk in outside. They have like a playground for the kids. Super nice. Like they got beautiful bar, like behind home plate. On the back, like left side of the field, they have another bar. On the back right, they have like this like seating area and outdoor. Like I'm guessing they're gonna set it up for like UFC fights and like any sporting events. It's kind of like an ongoing area where people can hang out. Plenty of seating for people. Tickets are cheap, obviously, like for minor league games. Just super fun. I took Cairo. Great time. It's just dope, like to have something right down the street that you can take advantage of. I also just saw that what's his name on the Dodgers, the pitcher, Snell.
Oh yeah,
he's in like recovery mode. He's in recovery mode right now. So he's being added to the roster there. So like, if
nice.
you want to see him,
you should go see him pitch. That's cool.
Yeah. So
I think they call him like rehab starts down in the single A. Mm-hmm. Is it single A, double A, triple A? Do you know?
I have no idea. Okay, you're asking the wrong guy.
Yeah, that's cool though. But, I never heard of them. But yeah, Buzzers.
Super fun experience. I plan on going to many more games. I bought Cairo a t-shirt and like a little stuffed animal of like the mascot and everything. He was all about it. He doesn't know anything about baseball. I don't know shit about baseball. And then he's like, Dad, is my favorite player going out on the field? And he's like talking about the mascot. I'm like, no, the mascot doesn't play. I'm like trying to explain to him what a mascot is to a 4-year-old.
They do such a good job making those, single A, double A, triple A games entertaining for families.
So yeah.
And they're cheap. And while the baseball talent wise might not be the best, yeah, that's a great night out. It's a great date. It's a great day or night with your kid for sure.
Not gonna lie, there was a pitcher from I think South Korea. Really good. Everyone else kind of like whatever. Pitcher was fucking fire.
He was dealing.
Yes.
I remember there was one minor league game that my baseball team went to. I think I was 12, so playing Little League, and they invited us onto the field, and they chose I think I was on the Angels at the time. They chose one of us to go compete in a home run derby where we went to the outfield and I think hit off a tee just to see if we could hit it over. And I did. Like they called me up and I took a swing and hit one over. And that was one of those core memories where I'm like, oh, damn, minor league baseball is sick. So
it's dope. Yeah. It's cool that it's so close by, cheap, and like you have to come out so you could check it out. You got to check it out too. Yeah. But yeah, super dope. It like literally just opened. But yeah, that's what feels good for me this week.
I had my final review with my principal today. It went well. She asked me to come back next year. So I have a job for next year. It's been fun. I'm making great connections with the kids. The last quick story. So I'm walking my dog throughout, the neighborhood, and we live pretty close to the campus. So today I come into sixth period and there's a group of kids in the corner, laughing their asses off. And I go over and they're looking at a picture of me and my dog from our walk yesterday. So one of my kids was like 100 yards behind me and is like taking like sniper photos, paparazzi-esque photos from
like
me.
8x zoom.
Yeah. And to me, just walking down the Pachanga, road, and they're all laughing. And I just tell this kid, I'm like, you could have said hi. You didn't have to be a weirdo
fucking
and take
creep.
Photos. Yeah, exactly. So I asked him, I said, were you following me for a while? And he said, I mean, yeah. Just like, it was just weird. And they're good kids, but they're ninth graders, and you can just tell they're awkward, weird, and
they don't know how to go about it. They got the Gen Z stare. Are they considered Gen Z or are they the generation after?
They're Gen Z for sure. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, that's my what feels good and what hurts this week, big dog.
For sure. Cool. I like it. I like starting with this. That's a good little tone. All right, let's jump into things going on in pop culture. Talk to me, Jeff. Coachella.
I want to hear what you thought from weekend 2 of Coachella. What your experience was, if you were able to watch any of the sets. Did you get FOMO? fear of missing out? Because I know you have a lot of homies that still go to Coachella every single year, and you used to go every single year. So what'd you think of week 2, what you saw?
Yeah, I want to say like between college and right after college, I think I went 4 years. The last few years, I did not have the itch to go. This was the year that I would have liked to go. I love Karol G. I'm in love with Karol G. Just throwing it out there. It seemed like weekend 2 was the hot weekend, where usually everyone goes to weekend 1. Because weekend 2, the grass is dead and it's fucking dusty as fuck. And
right, but the musicians can tune up and make some changes and invite some more people, well, right?
That's been my thought every fucking year. And I'm always like, well, doesn't weekend 2 make more sense because people adjust their sets? But
yeah,
typically on a cultural level, weekend 1 is always like the go-to weekend. Like just
right, because there's more.
It's more the environment,
energy.
Like things are more green, the excitement. It's like I was here first type of thing. So
okay, I see.
But yeah, Justin Bieber looked like he killed it. I did have FOMO. It came so quick. Pause.
Yeah, I did.
That like I didn't realize that it was Coachella already, and I was like, when it was weekend 1, I was like, oh shit, I could have gone this weekend, and then like this past weekend I had
the time off.
Yeah, I had the time, and like I could have like bought the ticket and gone, and I would have like had a great time. So whatever.
I think the FOMO also comes in because we live in Southern California and we're seeing
it's so easy to get there too.
This is a global event practically because people are coming from all over the world and we're less than 2 hours away.
Hour and a half.
Exactly. That's where the FOMO I think kind of sets in.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, I think at this point too, like, didn't we had it on a recent podcast episode where like Coachella, there was like a turning point where it kind of became like an influencer go-to spot type of thing.
Yeah.
And I think that I'm going to say like it was around 2017, 2018, 2019. No, it was like 2017 when it really turned. And then like a lot of brands started doing activations and they would do like out, pre-Coachella brand parties or, pool parties or whatever. And it's like all the influencers, et cetera, et cetera. So like that's kind of been become a thing. I would have loved to go. I did not stream any of the concert, but I just feel like now anything that happens, right? Like Coachella aside, anything that happens in culture, you just get like the little bite-sized tidbits on
Instagram, you can see
videos or whatever.
Right.
Anyway, which kind of in a way is like it's cool and it adds to the FOMO, but I also feel like it kind of ruins it for me because it's like.
You can get it. You can get it without paying thousands of dollars.
Well, not really, right? It's not the full experience, obviously, but it's like I do think that there's nothing compared to being there. And when you get like so much through social media that's like showing you what an in-person experience should be like, it kind of does fuck it up a little bit for you. So,
yeah. No, but, I am not the demographic by any means for Coachella. But it was cool for me to go on. I'm more stagecoach, yes, and we know why, definitely. But I was enjoying turning on YouTube on Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights, and okay, let's not go there. But I was able to see some of the sets if I wanted to for free on YouTube, and it was great quality. I turned on some random bands I'd never heard of, and it was cool to watch a couple of songs. Now, that's also probably a reason why I wouldn't like go actually spend the money on a weekend ticket to go out there if I can just watch it on YouTube. But I'm sure that they have done their cost analysis on that too. My hot take, or one of my takes for this show, is that I don't think in 10 years Coachella is the same. I think it's
why?
I think it's either
why do you say it like that? Why
gone? Why? I think it's either gone, or I think that just the star has lost its luster and like it's just not the same as it is today or was maybe 9-10 years ago. And that's maybe just a feeling that I have that's no longer really about the music. The people that care about the music that go there, they probably love it. I'm sure they do. But it's now more of a social, cultural event. I think just something's going to go wrong in these next 10 years. I know,
so.
But I'm just saying.
I disagree.
I think that it's hard to keep up. I don't know, for music festivals, I just think there's so many things that can go wrong year by year, where to keep up the success of one music festival for another 10 years is tough. And again, this is a hot take. So hopefully they do. I'm not wishing them, their downfall. I just think that it's tough to keep it going for 10 years, especially when I think that we've seen maybe excitement or attendance has gone up or down the past few years too. And you have other festivals coming out and there's competition, and Indio is charging more and more money for going over by 2 minutes like they did. And it's just maybe not sustainable for as long as we think.
I think music has become more, I don't want to say the word divided, but it's more like niche, right? Like there's niche artists. Culture overall has become more niche. Like it's not like when we grew up, everyone like rocks Vans or they rock Air Forces or like they subscribe to one particular category of culture. Everything is like more like segmented. So like from a music perspective, I think that will come into play over the next 10 years, let's say. But the reason I disagreed with you is because I think all of the hot artists from the past 5 to 10 years will still be hot for the purpose of Coachella over the next 10 years. And we'll be able to draw a crowd. I think Coachella is unique in that it doesn't feel like a music event. It feels like, I don't know. Like, I don't even know how to put it into words. Like it's its own experience. Like me and Isaiah were having a conversation before we started recording the pod, and we were talking about Coachella, and he was like, oh, like, I don't know about the lineup. I don't know if I would have like, this lineup like spoke to me and I would have gone out of my way to buy tickets, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm like, dude, like that's the beautiful thing about Coachella. It's not even about the fucking music. And I know like to someone else that's like, oh, like treating it like it's a
isn't that
a
the
festival.
Point? Yeah.
Like, isn't that the point? But no, it's not. Like once you're there, you're like the feeling is like, I'm in the desert. I'm just out here. I don't care. You forget everything. Like it's just in awe. You're in awe of the space, the amount of people, the environment, the ambiance, the lights, the sound. You will literally like just go into a tent with, you don't even know who the fuck the
random
artist
people.
is. It's like usually a music that you would never care to listen to, but it's just like there's something about the vibe and like the moment that just draws you in, and like that's really what it's about. So I think that's what Coachella has that makes it more special than any other music event. But that's all I really have to add and say about it.
Cool. Well, yeah, we'll see. I'm not wishing their downfall, but go ahead, Isaiah.
Yeah, and just wanted to backtrack on what you guys were saying earlier on like Justin Bieber said, Weekend 1. He was playing YouTube like music, whatever that was, YouTube Premium.
Mm-hmm.
How would you guys feel if you guys pay, a lot of money, came to see your favorite artist, wanting to be entertained, see a whole theatrical show, and instead he's just playing his hits on a laptop? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
Great question. So this is gonna be my hot take. I think that if I were to pay money for an intimate show, let's say like at an LA venue where I expected Justin Bieber to come out and sing and have like the band and all this stuff, then I'd be fucking pissed, right? But because it's Coachella, it's literally just like a party in the desert. Like it would be no different than getting invited to like a house in the hills, and then Justin Bieber shows up and he has an aux cord and he pulls up like his YouTube song, and then we're just having a moment. That's what it is. So it almost doesn't fucking matter. Like he literally could do the entire set, just plug in his phone with an aux, and it's still a moment. I know that sounds crazy. This is my hot take. I know that sounds crazy, but like that's the point. It's like there's no rules. Like the fact is that no matter what happens, I'm not saying it'll be the most ideal outcome or the best performance by the artist, but it's a moment just because we're in the fucking desert, and it's like just it's more about the space and the ambiance than it is the talent performing. Yeah. So
I would, it's hard to question because I'm not a big Bieber guy, to be honest.
You're not a believer, bro?
I'm not a big believer.
Not a believer?
I think I would need to hear if he's singing over the tracks and giving some effort in that sense and still doing a great job and the music is good and I'm having a great time. How could I be mad? But
what if it's Rise Against?
That's the thing. Like a rock band would never do that.
Yeah, it's different. It's different.
But if they did, I'd be pissed. Yeah, if Rise Against showed up to a concert and didn't have their instruments and they just played the YouTube of their songs and sang along to it, it would just be weird. Like, yeah, I'd be upset. I wanted to ask, I don't know the answer to this. Did he do the same for weekend 2 or did he switch it up?
So I spoke with Sam, a buddy of mine who went to Coachella weekend 2. I didn't get all the details, so I can't really remember, but he said that it was completely different. And when he opened up the show, he was like interacting with the crowd, laying on the girls at the front and, being way more interactive than just playing on his laptop. So I do think weekend 2 was different. I heard, I don't know who he brought out, but I did hear that there was more special guests weekend 2 as well.
Right. I think it was Billie Eilish that was there that as a fan and she loved it. So that's cool. Stuff like that is cool.
Give him a moment.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Let's move on. You cool if we move on this second point that you got
we don't have to talk about the Temecula balloon that landed in my backyard. It wasn't actually my backyard. The story is dumb. It made me think of where I'm living now. But let's move on to Apple CEO Mr. Tim Cook stepping down. You're more in tune with the tech world than I am, but this actually caught my eye because he had such a long reign, quote unquote, as a CEO, 15 years. He came in after Steve Jobs was the Apple CEO. And I think that his tenure was divisive in that he brought a lot of financial goodness and positivity to the company. But a lot of people were maybe questioning the vision that he had and the creative ideas that were coming from Apple as he was the CEO. So I just wanted to ask you, he's stepping down. The new guy's coming in. The new guy is one of the Apple head hardware engineers. His name is John Ternus.
Current Senior Vice President of Hardware Engineering, John Ternus.
Yeah. And he'll begin on September 1st. Mm-hmm. And I just wanted to ask you, where do you see Apple going with this new guy? Do you think he was successful, Tim Cook, in his tenure? And has Apple maybe lost some of the, creative prowess that it had when Steve Jobs was there?
I think we're so late on this conversation. The answer is yes. I think for what it's worth, Tim Cook has done not a bad job. But also, I'm gonna throw this out there. It's not like I'm the tech expert here. This is just
you're more than I am.
This is just my pop culture observation and just my interest in Apple as a company, so on and so forth. So notes: Tim Cook is stepping down as CEO on September 1st, 2026. He's been in the role of CEO for approximately 15 years. He is not leaving Apple. Huh?
I just said all that.
I know, I'm repeating it.
Okay.
He's transitioning to executive chairman. You didn't say that. You didn't say that. So he's not leaving Apple.
Okay.
Okay. So my take on this is I feel like the biggest thing that Apple has struggled to solve for is that. And I mean, I don't know about you because it took you forever to get an Apple iPhone.
It did.
You used to have the green bubbles and we used to make fun of you.
I was a Droid machine man.
I literally just upgraded to the iPhone 17 Pro Max, and the previous iPhone that I had was the iPhone 12 Pro. Night and day, number one. And number two, that's the biggest thing that Apple has not solved for, right? Is giving people a reason to upgrade year over year. There are those crazy motherfuckers that literally upgrade year over year, but
which doesn't make a lot of sense to most people.
They don't have when we were growing up, right? You had the iPod, you had all these other tech products that were innovative and exciting and would draw people in. There isn't. I mean, the last big swing that they took was the Apple. I don't even know what they're fucking called. The Apple goggles,
the 3D goggles,
Apple Vision Pros. Is that what they're called?
Pro. Yeah,
Apple Vision Pros. Flop.
Well, because you look stupid.
Who wants
with
to be? Because it looks stupid. How you who would want to be walking around with these fucking gigantic goggles across?
You think that's why the Meta glasses are doing well? Because you don't look like an idiot.
Because they're more inconspicuous. Yeah. I think that from a technology standpoint, they're just missing that extra layer of innovation that gets people excited and gives people a reason to buy year over year. Okay, some real quick interesting notes about Tim Cook since he took over. He grew Apple from $350 billion to $4 trillion valuation. Stock up stock went up approximately 1,000 to 2,000% during his tenure. The major projects that he were rolled out and under him were the Apple Watch, AirPods, Apple Music, iCloud, etc. In my opinion, the fucking best product from this is the AirPods, which everyone talks shit on. They're like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, it's the same thing as the wired ones. It's not. I was not a believer until I got them, and then I was like, oh my God, this changed my life.
Makes sense. Only problem with AirPods is losing them.
That's the only problem. And I mean, that was on my What Hurts This Week for an episode or two ago. I mean, in my mind, I just feel like that's like the biggest pain point for Apple is like just figuring out like how do we get people to just buy more consistently.
I taught this today actually in my class as well, going back to English 9th grade. We're looking at Steve Jobs' 2005 Stanford commencement speech. Have you ever listened or read that?
I'm pretty sure I have. I just don't remember it off top.
Fire.
Yeah. It's about 14 and a half minutes, which is probably like the max amount of time that you can get freshman students to pay attention to anything right now. And it's a great speech. It's concise, but he is, a great speaker. He wraps his 3 stories well and nicely to provide some motivation, inspiration to these Stanford graduates. And it's almost like eerie and surreal to watch it now because he died just 6 years later from the cancer that he was speaking of and the speech. But yeah, it's a masterclass of how to be, I think, a great leader. 1, how to be personable. 2, and just be someone that if I was working for Apple, that dude's a bad mother effer that I'd want to work for. Like he was a leader that I'd want to have a beer with and I'd want to go to work for the next day. So
Steve Jobs. Everything that I've ever read about him and listened to says otherwise.
That he's an asshole, right?
He was an asshole, yeah.
Okay, I'm just telling you, right? In that
he's a visionary, though. Here's the thing: if you're going to be an asshole, you need to be a visionary. You can't just be an asshole like just blowing smoke. You need to be a visionary.
Well, and even
he
the
obviously
stuff,
had that.
Like I found out, and again, I'm not the most in tune, but the fact that he started the company, was fired from it, and then said, fuck this, I'm going to go build another company that then gets acquired from Apple, and then he resumes his role as a CEO. I had no idea. So just stuff like that.
He was also responsible for Pixar.
Yeah. So just cool. And just he seemed like a good dude, obviously, like you said, a visionary. So, all right, keep it moving.
All right, let's move it along. Let's move into TV, movies, film, video games, and music. Talk to me about Euphoria, Jeff.
Okay. Victoria, my wife, and I, we said that we need to give season 3 a shot because we did watch the first 2 seasons. The first episode, season 3, I thought was amazing. I loved it. It was weird. It was different. It was gross. There was like some parts that were kind of disgusting in a way, but I thought it moved the characters along. It's obviously a jump in time from their high school days. It's more in the sun now.
Like early college? Like I haven't watched.
This would be, I would say, young adults. None of them are in college. It's still like the main cast besides.
They don't give a fuck about their education.
Well, I don't know. I don't know how many years have passed, but the one dude, the actor, I think his name is Angus Young, actually died. So Fezco, the character, is not in this one anymore. But yeah, we're just seeing the characters from this new, point in their life. It is a weird vibe change for sure from the first 2 seasons, but I thought it was well done. I haven't watched episode 2 yet, and I asked some of my students, and they said that it's kind of getting weird, kind of going off the rails a little bit. So I'm not going to save.
Do you think it's forced? A little forced?
Yeah, like was this season absolutely needed? No. But I'm going to keep watching. I think my wife wants to keep watching. I did read that they came up with quite a few script changes because of the death. So I don't know. I think that I'm invested enough in the characters to give it a go. I don't know. Have you watched season 1, season 2?
I haven't. I will say that the last season I was invested, but I do think that Fezco's character was like the biggest, one of the biggest interests of the show. Like, I don't know
the one you rooted for.
Zendaya's character.
Zendaya.
Like, I don't know that her storyline drew me in. Like,
you weren't rooting for her to get out of the drug addiction?
I was, but she wasn't like the main pull for me.
Okay, fair. It was Vesco.
Yeah, I think like that storyline was more interesting. The Sydney Sweeney's character and her friend and like that whole drama thing was more interesting.
Cassie and Maddie.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't really care to watch it, to be honest.
Right. You probably won't like this new season anyway. What about The Boys? Have you watched the new season?
So I just started it before, like about 2 hours ago.
Okay.
I wish that I would have watched like a YouTube recap prior, because if I'm being honest, I'm a little lost. I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember. Like, I vaguely remember, and they kind of touch on it, but they don't give like a let's catch you up on everything you missed,
Yeah.
Which I was kind of hoping for. So that's where I fucked up. So recommendation, if anyone starts watching it that is familiar with The Boys, like go on YouTube, watch like a quick recap.
Yeah. And this is the last season, so you should hopefully be caught up.
Kimiko, you remember Kimiko, right?
Yeah, of course.
She talks now. Sorry, spoiler alert. She talks now.
Well, that's fine to say. Yeah.
And like when you see
she died.
Okay, so there's it's a lot so far. I haven't even gone through the first episode. I stopped it so I could like write notes for the pod. But I'm gonna finish watching it. There's 4 episodes out so far. It's season 5. I mean, I love The Boys ever since I started watching it. It's a great show. I'm trying to figure out like how I feel so far, but like I do just off like first impression right now, which is take this with a grain of salt. I'm like, why the fuck is she talking out of nowhere? I kind of wish she would have like just stayed silent. Like, was this like a last minute decision? And also, I'm pretty sure they just dubbed her voice with someone else's voice.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta check it out now.
You might catch that. Yeah, it's kind of weird, but anyway, still excited to watch and see how everything ends up. But
I am too. But you're right.
Yeah.
That show is definitely one where each season you go in and you're thinking to yourself, wait, what the hell happened last season? And that's the mistake I made for season 4. I think the show jumped the shark a while back, dude. I'm still a fan. I'm still gonna watch it, but it's gone on, I think, a little too long. So
I think that there were certain characters that I wanted to hate, and they try to make me like them. And it's like, come on,
who?
Like the fucking politician girl that blew up people's heads. Like all of a sudden, like
she was cool. I liked her.
I remember like they tried to make her like a good guy. I was like, no.
I just liked her because she was cute. I thought she was hot.
She was kind of hot. All right, let's move it along.
Are you guys still watching Invincible?
Dude, I've never watched Invincible.
I got lost, dude. Season 2 was so hard to follow for me. I didn't keep up with it.
To be honest, I only watched a season and a half, but that first season's amazing, and I would definitely watch it.
Okay, all right, good recommendation to drop in.
First season is great for sure.
Yeah.
All right, you said you need my Apple TV login.
I need your Apple TV login to watch the new season of Your Friends and Neighbors. Yes,
okay, I'll give it to you.
I've been getting fed these fucking reels and ads, bro. And I forgot everything that the show was and what it's about. I vaguely remember. I just remember that I loved it. I love the show, so I wanna pick it back up.
Okay. Here's I'll say that we're watching this as well. I've talked to our buddy, our TV and on the ground consultant Isaac about this. Dude, there's too much TV. I can't keep up with this shit, man.
We talk about this all the time. There's way too many shows.
And they're all good, but I get halfway through them and I'm just like, damn. No, they all like the ones that I watch are good. Okay, I have great taste in TV and movies and music. So, but I just can't keep up with it, dude. Mm-hmm. Like you have The Boys, you have The Pit, you have Friends and Neighbors, you have Euphoria, you have Invincible.
Don't put Euphoria in there.
You have like Rooster and the ones I was talking about on the pod a lot, DTF that I haven't finished. It's just so many that I'm making excuses now, but like when you're tired from work and stuff, it's just hard to throw on after. So I got to get to it though.
My also thoughts on like being able to keep up with all the shows. Back when it was Netflix, Hulu, maybe HBO Max, you only needed 1 to 2, 3 streaming services. You could see everything. Now there's so many streaming services. Adrian's asking you for one. It's ridiculous. Now it's still back to cable prices. We're just split between multiple streaming services. And
exactly.
I was curious
Probably more.
We've talked about this too. Like, fuck these streaming subscription prices.
Yeah.
Anyway, those are our recommendations.
Yeah, watch the shows that we don't have the time to watch.
Spend your money.
All right, music, big dog. I know this is your favorite thing you want to talk about.
I got a music recommendation that I haven't even listened to the full song yet, but it sounded fucking fire from when we were setting up the podcast today. So there's a new MGK song that just dropped called "Fix Your Face," and it features Fred Durst. Sounds fucking sick. It makes me feel like I'm in Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, like listening to the soundtrack.
Fred Durst is the lead singer of Limp Bizkit.
Video's fire too. It was playing on my Spotify as I was writing the notes for this episode. I still play the MGK album. What is it? Lost Americana?
Yep.
Yeah. Really good album. Yeah, that's my recommendation. Just to throw something into the pod. I'm about to listen to that after this, probably.
There's a new song from my girl Olivia Rodrigo that came out.
All of a sudden, it's your girl, huh? All of a sudden,
my girl.
What happened to Sabrina Carpenter? See, let's rewind. Let's go back like quite a few episodes.
I never said that Sabrina was advocating for
Olivia.
No,
yeah, okay.
They both can't be his girl.
No, they can't.
Yeah,
Tori.
Tori loves them more than I do. As long as Tori loves them, I also have the A-OK to love them. So Olivia, I think, is going to have the album of the summer when she drops it. The new song is good. It's called Drop Dead. So I think her album comes out next month, May or June. I should have a date, but I don't. What about Iceman, big dog? Talk about that.
Iceman. So how many days ago? Was it 2 days? It might have been yesterday. It might have been 2 days ago. Drake posted on his Instagram giant blocks of ice in Toronto in like a random parking lot as a marketing stunt to announce his new album, Iceman. And over the past day or two, can't remember at this point, there's been a bunch of videos, reels, live streams from random crazy people in Toronto trying to break through this ice, lighting fires, going at
camping
the ice
on top of it.
Camping on top of it. God knows what they're doing on top of it.
Yeah,
police
probably pissing
have been
up
out there. Everything. So finally today, someone broke through. I don't know how, because that shit was huge. It was people were like looking up on ChatGPT and asking Claude like how long it would take for the ice to melt, and it was expected like to melt over the course of a week or two. But someone broke through today. I guess they got paid for it too, like as like a congratulatory, like, oh, you got to the center of the
figured it out.
So the release date for Iceman has been announced as May 15th. My only thing, I just thought it was a cool marketing activation, and creative way to roll out the album,
and probably pretty cheap.
Iceman, a lot of blocks of ice.
So were they trying to destroy the ice, or what? Are they fans of Drake, or are they like haters of Drake?
No, they're fans. It was in Toronto.
I don't think it matters. It could be whoever.
Yeah. Well, I'm just curious why break it, because you hate him or because you love him.
He literally just posted like release date is in the center of this giant mountain of ice.
So they're trying to get to it.
They were trying to get to it to like see when the release date is, and God knows.
Gotcha. Okay, that was the premise.
So it was just a cool, creative like marketing activation. So I thought it was dope.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Cheap, easy, great marketing. Everyone's talking about it. And the album, probably going to be terrible, but who cares? We're talking about it. All right.
Take us into sports so I can just take a break and not say anything.
All right. This past weekend was WrestleMania 42, and it was in Las Vegas again. We went last year, me, Lawrence, our buddy Lawrence, and my brother Jason. And we told ourselves this year that we were going to go. We were going to save some money, watch it on TV. But Friday after school, I got an itch. And I texted my brother. I was like, hey, dude, my wife's working this weekend, Saturday, Sunday. She'll be gone. Let's go. Let's go to Vegas and watch WrestleMania at least one day in person. Spend $138 for one day. Easy money. I almost texted Isaiah and asked if he wanted to go too.
Oh, no.
And no, because you would have brought the party down. So I think you had your son. I think you were busy doing something. And My brother Jason.
What they gonna say now?
What they gonna say now? My brother Jason was like, "No, dude, we're not going to Vegas. We're not doing this. We spent too much last year, even though we had a great time." And I'm so glad that my brother convinced me to not go to Vegas, because while watching it from home was fun, the Saturday show was not very good. WrestleMania as a whole, it's the biggest show of the year for wrestling in general, but also WWE. Saturday was not a great show of wrestling. A lot of ads, not a lot of wrestling, actual like time in the ring. But I will say that Sunday was way better. So 2 days, so the Sunday slate was great. Lots of interesting stories. Brock Lesnar, Brock Lesnar, he retired on Sunday. Seemingly, he was beaten by an up-and-coming guy named Oba Femi, who seems to be the new up-and-coming rising star in WWE. I think you'd really like him if you watched him and listened to him speak. He's really cool. And then Roman Reigns, Roman Reigns, he beat CM Punk in the main event on the Sunday night. It was a great match, like 5-star match. Can't ask for much more. So yeah, I was sports entertained by WrestleMania over the weekend, but I am glad that we stayed home. Any thoughts? Anything you want to jump into?
No, I just saw that Speed, like the streamer, was there, and I just saw a clip of him jumping on Logan Paul, and I just thought to myself, "Damn, this guy's just completing all the side quests and just big." So
he had a match,
big as a Super Bowl.
It was good. It was like a really quick, maybe 7-minute match. What are they gonna say now?
What are they gonna say now?
It was a good match. It was fine. He jumped from the top rope onto Logan Paul on the table. It was a great spot. And yeah, a lot of people are maybe against all these celebrities, in the WWE. But it was cool. It was fun.
That's what's going to bring more. That's what's going to bring more like eyeballs from like the next generation to.
Yeah, exactly. I ask you that, Jeff. Sorry to cut you off.
No.
Being a wrestling historian, has there been a lot of celebrities that have done cameos? Is this a normal thing?
Great question. So yeah, they try and bring in. They've had Mike Tyson in the past. They've had Dennis Rodman in the past. I'm blanking on more, but yeah, they've had last year was Travis Scott, which didn't go great. To be honest, Bad Bunny is one of the best wrestlers that is, a quote unquote celebrity. So they do.
Why do you say it like that? What do you mean, quote unquote?
Well, like I if I saw a Bad Bunny match was being advertised, I wouldn't even in my head, bruh. I wouldn't even classify him now as a celebrity wrestler.
You wouldn't classify him as a celebrity?
He's just that good. He's a wrestler.
You didn't like the Super Bowl show, did you?
I love the Super Bowl show, dude.
What was it? Turning Point USA? He had that on the full screen.
I watched both of them. I liked the Bad Bunny one
I'm just kidding.
I know.
Anyone listening, I'm obviously trolling Jeff. Let's relax here.
Yeah. No, but seriously, so they had, to answer Isaiah's question, they've always used celebrity cameos. They even had Jalen Brunson and Tyrese Halliburton go one-on-one, face-to-face on a random episode of Raw. And they didn't like throw punches or anything, but it was awesome. But I think a lot of people right now are maybe thinking it's getting to an extreme where they're using Jelly Roll, they're using Pat McAfee in these really big matches, maybe where they shouldn't be used. Whereas the iShow Speed match was great. Like he had a quick little match at the beginning, awesome, and he jumped on Logan Paul. Go ahead.
But that's where I won't say the issue because I'm not a wrestling fan, but it went from just cameos. Now Logan Paul is an actual full-time wrestler. Is that what people are scared of? Like
they're scared, but if they see the celebrity putting the work in to become a great wrestler, like I would say Logan Paul, they'll accept it. Logan Paul he's been
accepted. Yeah.
He at first he wasn't, but they saw that he put the time in, and now I wouldn't be surprised if Logan Paul was a big champion by the end of the year. Like he's that good, and he's safe, which is the most important thing. Like he's not going to hurt anybody else in the ring, and he's charismatic. People love to hate him. He's one of the best heels, quote unquote, in the business.
Yeah, really good for entertainment purposes for sure.
Yeah, he's funny. Yeah.
All right, walk us through NBA playoffs.
Okay, well, we'll break it down quick because we're only on game 2 of most of the series. So the Raptors and Cavs, the Cavs look great. They're up 2-0. And my note on this was that James Harden will make any team that he goes to better immediately. But I'm still worried to see what happens in the playoffs come round 2, round 3. Isaiah, what do you think?
So exactly, I picked up the mic just when you were going to say something. So you think James Harden elevates every single team that he joins?
Yes.
I agree in the season, but going as a, being a Clipper, I'm being a Clipper fan, James Harden being a Clipper, I could see him not stepping up to the plate in the moments. Like when the lights are the brightest, he kind of becomes a recluse. And that's where I'm like, I want to see James Harden more be, MVP prime James Harden in the playoffs. That's where I could see him put those teams over the top. That's where I can see him being that expert for real.
Right. And he's too old though to like fit that.
He only has a couple years left, a few years left, I'd say. And so it's either now or not never, but he's got to do it. This Cavs team is a high seed. They should sweep or gentlemen sweep the Raptors. And while they may not win the title, he's got to get past. He's got to at least get to the Eastern Conference Finals. Like he's too good of a player to have this little of success in the playoffs, I think.
And not to harp on this, but to go back to talking about age, I do think that's a big factor. But looking at Steph Curry, LeBron, KD, all these players, that we even have, who came back? You just say Al Horford. Al Horford's still balling. I think we're in an age of an older basketball player that can also be definitive on the team and make, different, make change, not just be out there.
That beard oil is still flowing, brother.
Yeah. I'm interested to see what happens with him if he does, like, one day take a lesser role on a team, maybe come off the bench like Chris Paul did at the end of his career, but still be useful. That series is okay, I guess. It should be over soon. Knicks and Hawks. This one yesterday, game 2, barn burner. Knicks were up big the whole game, and then I even on my notes right here I have the word implosion. With many ends. CJ McCollum from the Hawks. I love CJ. I think he's going to be a great broadcaster once he's done balling. He had a great game, led the Hawks to a win. So now that series is tied 1-1. He missed 2 free throws at the end that would have put them up by, I think it was 3. But it worked out because Mikal Bridges got the rebound off the missed free throw and missed his jumper. So I've never been a big believer in the Knicks. I know that they're a fun franchise to maybe root for because their fans are crazy, but they're wild. And I'm looking forward to seeing game 3. Wolves and Nuggets. Isaiah watched this one. Go ahead, Isaiah. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say about CJ McCollum. He's a great baller, and I also love like the way he composes himself off court. Because he kills them with kindness. You just don't realize how much of a killer he is. And then he gets in front of the camera like, I'm a nice guy. I'm a father too.
The Knicks culture.
Picket fence, but
they're trying to make him this villain because he, like they did to Trae Young. And CJ is just like, no, I'm just a hooper. Like I'll kill you, but I'm not going to antagonize the crowd. That's just not me.
Right. So I'm gonna go drink my almond milk.
Yeah, he's really cool. I think if you see an interview, you'd be like, oh, I'd hang out with him. Wolves and Nuggets, that series is also tied 1-1. So Nuggets won game 1, the T-Wolves won game 2 in Denver. My one note right here is RIP East Coast fans that want to watch these games in Denver because it started at 8 p.m. Western time. So if it's 8 Western time, it's starting at 11 Eastern time. And are you going to stay up to watch that if you're a casual fan? Probably not.
No.
But Isaiah did. So you got to tell me what happened in the end of that game.
I just saw it was very scrappy at the end where, the refs weren't calling too many fouls. And the Timberwolves, they really willed that win. It wasn't just like they were the better team or it really came down to resilience. And they just kept fighting, stayed in the game. They were down 12, like I think in the third quarter, maybe even fourth quarter, and they just were scrappy. And there was like pictures of Ant after game 1 where he's like laughing and smiling. And then on the comments, they're like, oh, they're ready for Cancun already. And it's like, no, they actually had a really good game one, even though
they played well.
Exactly. And I think that's where his smiling came from. He had an unsung confidence, and they pulled through in game 2.
Yeah, I did see that he's hurt. How do you look?
How do you look in the game? And
30-10. Dominant.
He had a lot of points. I think the shooting percentage was down. So I think even he said after the game that I don't know what his exact quote was, but he was like, oh shit, I'm ass. Or something like that, only based on his percentages. But he is hurt. So I'm excited to see what happens when they go to Minnesota and the games aren't starting at 8 p.m. Pacific time. His knee. He has a messed up knee. I'm not sure exactly what it is. And remember, at the beginning of the year, I picked them to be NBA champions. We'll keep going. Spurs and Blazers, that series is now 1-1 as well. Wemby went out with a bad concussion or alleged concussion in this game after falling and hitting the floor really hard. Adrian saw it. Terrible. What was your immediate reaction? Terrible.
Yeesh. Like that.
Harrison Barnes also went out too, which I think is also not ideal for the Spurs. That series is getting chippy. I like it. They're not friends after these first 2 games, and that's what playoff basketball is all about.
I like it.
Lakers and Rockets. I'm watching this game right now. Lakers are up 3 in the second quarter after winning game 1. I think the Rockets are frauds. I don't know. I just don't believe in them. What do you think?
I agree.
Lakers in 5.
I agree. Rockets are frauds. Lakers in 5.
So
Lakers
they're
in
playing
5
right now.
Speaking that job, Lakers in 5.
So they're playing right now. Lakers are winning 54-51.
Yeah,
I do say they're frauds. I have not looked at the game enough, but I don't think Luka and maybe what's his name?
Yeah, Reeves.
Can't give him a pass, smacking that ass. Lakers in 5.
If they're not playing, then I think the Rockets have a good chance at that moment.
I think you're right. I read that Luka is out for sure this series, and Reeves has a chance of coming back if the series goes 6 or 7 games. So we'll see. I know Katie is back after missing game 1. I still think that the Lakers are going to win this series, even though they came in as big underdogs. So, and then my last question, that's the only series that I really wanted to touch on. I think we're missing, I think the Celtics lost today as well to the Sixers. So that series is 1-1 as well. Isaiah, I wanted to ask you about your Clippers, big dog. You're the Clippers fan on this podcast today. What do they do now? Do they run it back next year again with Kawhi?
What do they say now?
And your boy Darius Garland, or do they make some moves? What's going on with the Kawhi case? Are there going to be any penalties for all that stuff? We never heard back. Go ahead, Isaiah. What do you think?
Let me make this clear. I am a fan of Kawhi, who happens to play for the Clippers. They can be a default Clippers fan.
Okay.
Listening out because I could never, in good spirit, root for a franchise who are losers. It's a losing franchise, and I just don't call me fair weather fan, whatever. I'm not really.
You're not.
At this point, I say blow it up. I think Kawhi should go somewhere else. He has too much power. Great player, but can he be a LeBron type and say, hey, I want this player, I want this player? And LeBron's not even doing that well. Last time they won was the bubble. So I think Kawhi needs to be put in a position where he's being led. Even when he got to the Raptors, he came to a full team. They were already constructed. When he came to the Spurs, full team already constructed. He had success in both teams. Him having too much power, going to the Clippers saying, hey, I want to get Paul George. They gave up Shea. They gave up a bunch of draft picks. Didn't even make the playoffs this year. And now the Thunder have their first round pick. So at this point, I'm like, blow it up. Just blow it up.
I loved what you said the other day. And plant some trees. I loved what you said, Isaiah, the other day about who is the player with the most power in the league. And you said number 1 is LeBron. And I agreed with you. And then you said Kawhi is number 2. And I had to think about it. But then I said, yeah, you're right. Kawhi does have probably the most power on their team.
Right.
In terms of just what they say goes, and what they want is what happens, right? Would you, Adrian, do you think it's the same?
I think that makes sense for the Clippers franchise specifically. Yeah.
Yes.
I think if he was under a different organization, it might be a little different. But yeah, I think what Isaiah is saying makes sense.
And really, the reason he had that is this is 2019 Kawhi, fresh off a Raptors victory, best player in the world. So he has so much power, so much decision, making he has so much decision-making power that it even bleeds off to today, where now it's affecting them in like the long run because they're not winning, they're not getting high draft picks. What do you do?
Who needs to plant some trees?
Well, they're not saying that.
And as far as the arbor thing, I honestly think it's just gonna blow over.
I think so too.
Steve Ballmer's a billionaire. He can pay.
Right. Money talks.
To figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So
trees don't though. Right. All right, moving on. What else we got?
Sports. I just want to say that Mike Trout is still one of the best players of all time in baseball, and he's leading the Angels to like a 500 record. Angels will always be bad, I feel like, in my lifetime, but Mike Trout's healthy and playing well.
Why are you trying hard for this, man? I get
it. What?
We get it.
I like Mike Trout.
You just want to slide it in there, huh? Pause.
What?
The Angels.
Oh, yeah. And then also the NHL playoffs are beginning. And at this time of the year, even though I'm not a big hockey fan, I do like to pay attention to the NHL. And the Ducks are really good this year, and the Kings are in it too. So I'll be paying attention to that.
Yeah.
I'm just adding stuff to
Go ahead, say it.
All right. The Mike Trout thing. I'm not a big baseball fan, just very casual, very, very casual. Very, very casual. And so Mike Trout was he was hot as fish grease, whatever, X amount of years ago, the hottest player ever. Like, and then we have an Aaron Judge, a Shohei Ohtani, and now Shohei is basically on top. Why did Mike Trout fall off? I know it was injuries, and then but like maybe we could go more in depth in why there was a fall off, and then why is it a resurgence? Because
the home great runs, question.
What is that?
He's hit, I think, in the Yankees series last week. I think he had 4 or 5 home runs over 3 days. But you're right. He was, maybe the quote unquote pound for pound best player for a while. He did have those injuries. And I think also him deciding to stay with the Angels hurt his possibility to be considered one of the best of all time, because he had the chance to go wherever he wanted. And he chose to stay in Anaheim with a franchise, let's just be real, is not great. Losers. Yeah, it's like they're the Clippers of the MLB. And while he might be the best player that I've seen ever play in my lifetime, 31 years, it doesn't seem like they're going to get close to being champions while he's on the team. And that does hurt, his popularity, his legacy. So that'd be my answer.
Makes sense.
Good answer.
All right.
Hot takes.
Adrian, hot takes. What you got for me?
I don't have any. Let's hear yours.
Okay, I'll be quick. I walk my dog a lot, and I obviously now get pictures taken of me as I walk my dog by students. This was a weird one. In Temecula, in my town, in my city, there's lots of houses that have the keep off my lawn, keep your dog off my lawn. It's like signs or little like stakes in their grass in their front yard. And I think I immediately judge these people as pretentious,
assholes?
Maybe asshole-y, like almost like my shit don't stink, keep your dog off my lawn, almost as if I'm not already trying to do that. And maybe that's bad of me. Maybe I shouldn't think that. But
does it make you want to have Houston take a shit on their lawn?
No, it doesn't. It makes me more cognizant of, let me make sure he doesn't even get close to their lawn. But I'm judging them. I'm judging them by them having these signs in their lawn.
It takes effort to put that sign up.
Can I say, this is why I believe they have that sign. There are people walking by letting their huge ass dogs take a big ass dump on their grass and then walking off. And that's where it happened over and over again for them to be like, you know what? I need to put a sign here because they're just doing whatever they want. I need to have some imposing will.
That makes sense. And that would piss me off too. If someone was doing that, like willingly having their dog like kill my grass with their pee or just pooping all over.
I don't even think it's willingly. I think there are definitely some people out there that are just like fucking clueless.
They don't think about it.
Just common etiquette. Just come on. This isn't a fucking public park. This is my front lawn.
And obviously
shit on.
When I'm walking my dog, like, and he has to pee, like, I'm gonna try and make sure it's not on someone's like immediate front lawn. But if it's like on a corner or something like that, and he just or a mailbox area, I'm gonna be like, all right, dude, like, do your thing. Is that bad of me? I don't know what else to do. He's a freaking dog. So I do try to avoid those houses though. And come on,
imagine you're a person who doesn't like dogs, maybe allergic to dogs, whatever. Yeah. You just don't have animals in your life. And that's not me. I love animals. But just those people who are polar opposite.
Yeah.
I'm looking out my window. I see you bring your dog on my lawn, and then they're taking I don't have a dog. I don't want any remnants of dog here.
Yeah.
Why are you
maybe coming out there?
And as a dog person, I don't, it doesn't make total sense to me, but maybe they're just very anal about it.
Yeah. Two sides to every coin, brother.
This is the hot take area. So I'm just throwing out I'm just venting.
I'm new to this.
Yeah, you're losing this argument right now, Jeff.
Isaiah's bringing in the credible, sensible take, and I'm like, brother, this is the hot take section.
I'll shut up. Sorry.
No, you're
Why
good.
You gotta be right, dude?
Why you gotta be rational, brother? What they gonna say now? Come on now.
What they gonna say now?
My last one is after watching the Masters last weekend, 2 weekends ago, I was thinking of how great it was, and everybody I think agrees that this is the one event where people don't have their phones out and they're in the moment and they're present and they're watching what's happening. So I was trying to think of how could I apply that to other places, other avenues of life. So this is like a half-baked hot take or observation or idea, I guess. A gym called Gym Masters, where phones are not allowed in this gym. When you walk in, you either put your phone in a designated locked cubby area and you're not allowed access to it, or you just don't bring in any technology phones at all. No earphones, no AirPods, no Apple Watches.
You can't listen to music?
Nope, no technology zone. This is called Gym Masters. You're in the moment. You're sweating with other gym members there. You're making conversation. You're asking for a spot on the squat rack or the bench press with a fellow that you don't even know. But you're in the moment, you're working out hard, you're sweating your ass off, you're not listening to your stupid ass podcast, Midlife Crisis. You're freaking getting it. you're in the zone, you're in the moment. I think this is a great idea. What do you guys think?
Do they have azalea flowers inside the gym?
Yes, and it's Masters themed. It's the green, you walk in and you hear the Masters music. They have the flowers.
Is that what you're working out to? It's just like calm, serene music.
Actually, no, maybe that doesn't make sense. I don't know. Yeah, but I do think the no technology gym would be cool.
The only part that I agree with you on is that I do think that there's a very nice elements of being off your phone for a long period of time to be more present.
Right. And if you're in the gym for an hour to 2 hours.
Though. If I'm at the gym, I need some music.
They're playing music. They're playing music.
I don't want someone else's playlist though.
They're playing certified bangers. Like everybody likes them.
Subjective.
With the high BPM and everything.
Isaiah, what do you think? Could this work?
Oh, I do think it could work. And I think letting people know, people who want to detach from the outside world and saying, hey, this is not just a gym, this is community. We're connecting on a deeper level. Like, this is why we're playing music at the same BPM. We're all on the same frequency. We're on the same level.
With me,
same
bro.
Yeah.
It brings that sense of community. And I think it's a great idea.
Let's wrap it up. This has been a great episode so far. We're going to wrap it up with our weekly 5v5 draft for this episode in honor of the NBA playoffs going on. We are going to do playoff X factors that we would add to our team. It doesn't matter what team you root for. These are non-NBA players, real characters and fictional characters that we would add to a playoff team.
Nice. Real people or fictional characters that we would add to a playoff team that could be your X factor.
X factor, 6-man, get in, smack them upside the head. Get some points on the board, brother,
points, rebounds,
or sister, or other thing. That's what we're going to do. Okay, Rochambeau, here we go. Ready?
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Is that scissors?
I went scissors.
Fuck. All right. Okay, you get
my first pick. My first pick. I got to go Airbud. Airbud's my first pick. You only wrote down
3 options.
No, I have 12 written down on my notepad, so you couldn't steal my picks. I go Airbud because Airbud would be not just someone that could come in and give you an alley-oop.
Someone. It's a fucking dog.
A dog, yes. But your fan base is going to get behind Airbud. You sign Airbud as a free agent in 2026 on your playoff team, Oh, that's like good karma. That's like the rally monkey of the 2002 Angels, 2001 Angels. Was it 2002? Doesn't matter. So yeah, I'll take Air Bud.
Okay, I'm going Adam Sandler. Only because he's an actual real life hooper. And just seems like a great guy. Funny, hilarious, great person to be around, makes banger movies. I just want to hang out with the guy. 6 man off the bench. He's going to have the fit that should not be a fit, but is still a fit. Get the dimes in. Rest of the team gets the buckets. Playmaker. Let's go.
Let me ask, you take Adam Sandler. Can I take a character that Adam Sandler played?
No.
Okay.
Who would you take? Happy?
No. He played as Paul Crewe in The Longest Yard. Remember when he's the football player that goes to jail and he's a hooper? Okay, I won't take him.
Too close. Come on.
I'm going to take Uncle Drew.
That was on my list too.
Fictional character.
That's not fair.
Why is it not fair? It's Uncle Drew. Literally a movie.
Yeah, that's just Kyrie.
It's not Kyrie. It's not.
It is Kyrie.
Uncle Drew. All right. I won't take him. That's fine. I got more.
Veto.
This is funny because Isaiah is the one that always vetoes my trades in fantasy football. Okay,
all right, fine.
I'll take.
Drew.
I'll take. No, I don't want him. I don't want him.
No. We'll give you Uncle Drew.
Fine.
Uncle Drew for Jeff. The Unk. All right. I'm gonna go Peter Parker then. Obviously.
That makes no sense to me. Why do you go Peter Parker?
How does that not make sense? Spider-Man. Spider-Man powers, agility, Spidey sense, can see things happening before they happen.
Peter has never played basketball.
Doesn't matter. He doesn't have to. He's Spider-Man. He's got the Spidey sense. What are we talking about here?
He won't even travel. He'll just fly above.
But then he would
talking about here
down and dunk.
He would be giving up his identity if he's Peter Parker.
No,
with
just playing a suit.
He would just fuck it. Yeah, he's Peter Parker playing as Spider-Man.
So he has the suit on.
That's the uniform. That's the uniform, brother.
But
okay?
you have to wear
uniforms in the game.
You have to wear the uniform of the team
you're on. We're thinking too much here. Okay, great. Guess our team is blue and red. Blue and red.
He's got the jersey on. The only thing is he has his mask on too.
I'm going to take, for my third pick, Calvin Cambridge from Like Mike. Generational movie growing up.
Great.
Calvin Cambridge. Let's not talk about the sequel. But first movie is amazing, yes.
Okay. That's a good one. I feel like this is not going to make sense, but it's just hilarious to me. I'm going to pick Gordon Ramsay.
Why?
So he can just yell at everyone.
That's good. Motivational.
It might be a good facilitator.
Yeah, just get everyone's ahead.
And he can cook the pregame, postgame meals.
He can cook.
Oh, okay. I like it.
Okay. Isaiah's shaking his head at me right now.
Okay, this is one for me probably that you guys won't know. I'm going to go Bo Cruz from the movie Hustle. So Adam Sandler is in this movie, but Bo Cruz is the guy that he recruits and makes it to the league. Great movie if you haven't already seen it.
Oh, yeah. Great movie.
Bo Cruz is my fourth pick.
Since we're doing some fictional characters from earlier, I'm gonna go Goku. We have to go Goku. Why are you laughing? I have to go Goku. Come on. Kamehameha.
All right. Last pick, straight vibes. Kevin Malone, The Office. Because I want the comedy. I want the chili.
And he's got a jumper.
Great pick. Not gonna lie, I'm a little jealous. Love Kevin. All right, I'm going to go David Goggins. Stay hard. Need I say more?
All right, can you run the picks back for us and then we'll close it out?
Is that it?
Yeah.
I have 4 down.
Should have chose the great Khali.
Oh, that'd be good too.
Oh, no, I have 5. Okay. All right, so Jeff's picks. We got Air Bud, Uncle Drew, Calvin Cambridge, Bo Cruz from Hustle, Kevin Malone from The Office. And then for me, we got Adam Sandler, real life hooper, Peter Parker, a.k.a. Spider-Man, Goku, Gordon Ramsay talking that shit and cooking phenomenal food, and David Goggins. Stay hard. Pause.
All right. Great episode.
You tell
Isaiah,
us
thanks
who
for
won.
hanging out.
Me.
Yeah.
It's me. I'm
Thanks
the
for
winner.
inviting me.
Great episode. Thanks for listening. We'll do it again next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.